Hey guys, welcome to Film World. Today I'm going to explain a romance drama film called Through My Window from 2022. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The movie opens with a classroom sequence when the teacher asks a girl named Raquel to read her story. Raquel declined to read, saying that she couldn't write anything for the class. Raquel then starts narrating that to read a story, you just don't need to write one, but have to be brave to tell it. And her story starts from her house. Her home, which she calls a humble adobe, after many ups and downs, ended up surrounded by an empire. The empire belongs to the Hidalgo family, who owns Alpha 3, one of the most influential companies in the country. Alpha 3 represents the three heirs of the empire, the Hidalgo brothers, Artemis, Ares, and Apollo. Raquel is obsessed with the middle child of the Hidalgo family, Ares Hidalgo, and calls him a Greek god. She has an unhealthy obsession with Ares and keeps track of his every activity, even though she has never spoken to him. One night, she is in her room when she looks out the window and finds the youngest Hidalgo, Apollo, sitting there. He thanks her for sharing her Wi-Fi password as their own connection is broken. Raquel is confused by his revelation when he reveals that his brother Ares told him that she gave them the password. Apollo goes away after that, while a confused Raquel comes back to her room. Later that night, she wakes up to the sound of loud music coming from her window. She goes out to find the cause of the noise and finds Ares sitting in their backyard working on his laptop. Raquel is surprised to find him there and confronts him about the Wi-Fi password. He bluntly confesses that he is using the Wi-Fi as his was not working and goes away saying he will use the Wi-Fi as long as he wants and she can't stop him. The next day, Raquel again observes Ares in school from afar and then follows him after school to a secluded area. Ares catches her following him and asks her what is she doing here. Raquel refuses to admit that she is following him and says that she was going on her way, but Ares tells her that he noticed her walking right behind him. When she continues to deny that she was following him, Ares reveals that he knows about his obsession with him and writes her password on her arm and asks why the digits translate as Ares, Greek god. He also reveals that he not only hacked her Wi-Fi but also her computer and found a lot of stuff about himself on the computer. Ares tells her that he always thought she was a quite shy girl, but she is a lot more than that. Raquel replies that she is the most interesting girl he will ever meet. Ares asks again what this interesting girl wants from me, to which Raquel replies that she is scared to go back home alone. Ares agrees to walk her home but says that he will do it on one condition. Raquel implies that he is asking her to sleep with him, but he denies, saying that she is not his type. Raquel takes this as a challenge and replies that they will see that in the future. After coming back home, Raquel unplugs her router, saying that my Wi-Fi, my rules. She is sleeping that night when she hears the sound of a window opening. She quickly gets up ready to attack the intruder but is shocked to find that it is Ares who broke into her room. She angrily asks what is he doing here, to which Ares answers that he is here because someone unplugged the Wi-Fi. Raquel tries to threaten him that she will sue her, but Ares says that she is the one stalking him. Raquel again tries to say something but gets silent when Ares comes closer to her and seduces her. They share an intimate moment but Ares leaves abruptly. Meanwhile, Raquel's school friend Yoshi, who works as a delivery guy, pretends to deliver an order at school and steals the keys to the pool. The next day, Raquel is working part-time at a food stall in an amusement park when Ares comes there. After her failed attempts to hide, Raquel talks to Ares, who tells her that he is here to invite her to the celebration of her brother's club opening as compensation for using her Wi-Fi and says that she can also bring a +1. On the night of the party, Raquel takes her friend Denelia with her. Denelia immediately goes away to drink while Raquel goes to find Ares. She finds Ares going inside a VIP area, but when she tries to follow him, she is stopped by the guard. She is trying to convince them but had no luck till Artemis comes there and asks the guard to let her in. After looking for Ares for a while, she finds him smoking in an alley behind the club. There, she seduces Ares and kisses him but then just leaves abruptly, saying that it is payback for what he did to her in her room. Back in the club, she finds Apollo, who complains that he can't drink because Artemis told everyone to not give him any drink. Raquel decides to buy him a drink but he ends up very drunk. Raquel takes help from Denelia and they try to take Apollo back home. In the car, when Raquel tries to call his home, Apollo knocks away her phone saying he doesn't want to go home, so Raquel brings him back to her house. Just when she puts Apollo to bed, Ares comes into her room through the window. Raquel asks him how he finds find them, to which Ares tells her that some people saw them leaving and Apollo know not to go home in this state, so he guessed they will be here. Ares quickly gets in bed with Apollo while he and Raquel talk about his passion to be a doctor and his having chlorine allergy. Ares is about to sleep when he asks Raquel to join them. Raquel hesitantly gets between Ares and they fool around while a clueless Apollo sleeps peacefully. The next morning, Raquel tells her friend about the events of last night and Denelia says that Ares clearly likes her while Yoshi says that it is not true. Soon Denelia leaves. Yoshi and Raquel come back to her house to study. Inside her room, she sees a package and opens it to find a new phone with a message from Ares asking her to keep the phone away from Apollo this time. Raquel is not happy to receive the phone and asks Yoshi to wait for her while she goes to Ares' home to return the phone. While reaching the Hidalgo residence, she is led to a game room where Ares is talking to someone on the phone. He quickly hangs up the phone after seeing Raquel and approaches her saying it is rude to return the gift. Raquel thinks that he is toying with her and they argue about it, but one thing leads to another and they end up having sex. After that, Ares starts to act distant and Raquel angrily leaves his house, not taking the new phone with her. When she comes back home, she tells Yoshi that they will study another time and goes to her room. The next day, she is at school when she receives a selfie from Ares wearing her necklace that she left there last night. She goes back to his home to take her necklace back but finds that they are having some kind of get-together. Apollo makes her stay there and she spends some time at the party and then goes upstairs with Ares to get back her necklace. Things get heated between them again and she ends up staying the night there, but the next morning Ares again acts rudely and makes her leave the house by sending a message through the maid Claudia. Raquel is heartbroken by getting rejected by Ares repeatedly. Her friends comfort her and Yoshi stays the night at her house to spend time with her. The next day, Yoshi and Denelia take her to the party where Yoshi tries to confess his love to Raquel but couldn't tell her. After the party, Raquel comes back home drunk and is struggling to get back inside when Ares comes to help her and take her to the room. He wants to go away but Raquel asks him to stay and requests to tell her a story. He tells her that he caught his mother cheating and how his father told him after that the love is a weakness and he also cheats on her wife. Ares says that he might have fallen in love but he can't tell anyone because his father already decided a path for him. The next day, Ares' father calls him into the office and asks him to stay away from Raquel as he has to sit on the board of Alpha 3 one day and they can't stand his relationship with Raquel. Ares is miserable for the next few days but then he approaches Raquel again in the library and apologizes for his earlier behavior and says that he wants to make things right with her. Raquel refuses to forgive him at first, but when Ares says that he never felt like this before and he is willing to wait for her as long as she wants, she gives in and agrees to go to the costume party with him. When she comes back inside the library again, Yoshi gets mad at her for forgiving Ares again and says that she deserves better. He goes away saying when Ares will dump her again, she cannot come to him for comfort. On the night of the party, Ares takes her to the company building, revealing that it is not a party but a date he arranged for her at the rooftop of the building. This time their relationship is going well, but Ares' father finds a picture of Ares and Raquel. This time Ares refuses to listen to his father and says that he does not care about the company and he will not go to the US for further study. Ares leaves the house and starts working with Raquel on the food stall. After a few days, there is a party at Ares' company and he takes Raquel with her. Raquel is a little hesitant while going to the party, but Ares assures her that it is fine as she is his girlfriend and it is a family party. At the party, Raquel is heartbroken when she finds her mother working there as a caterer and leaves the party. Ares tries to stop her, but when she asks if he loves her, he couldn't reply and she storms away. Artemis approaches Ares and says it was his mistake as he just brought Raquel here to show his father he is rebellious. Artemis says that he should forget about Raquel as they are Alpha 3. Listening to this, Ares asks his brother about his affair with their maid Claudia, but Artemis says it is over now. A few days after the party night, Raquel has a heartfelt conversation with her mother, who tells her that his father was a great writer but he never had the courage to publish his books. She asks Raquel to not be like her father and confess to Ares if she truly loves him. Finding a new motivation, she goes to Ares' house to confess her love, but Artemis doesn't let her in. So she sends a message to Ares asking him to meet her at the prom party. Ares reads her message after a while and runs runs to the prom party, but instead of meeting Raquel, who was waiting for him, he bumps into Yoshi. Yoshi stops him from going forward, saying he should leave Raquel if he truly loves her. Aris drags Yoshi into the pool room and asks him to fight so they can start. They start to fight and Yoshi pushes Aris into a nearby empty pool and accidentally spills chlorine in it. Aris struggles to get out of the pool, but due to his allergies, he fails to get out while a distraught Yoshi goes to Raquel and tells her about Aris being in the pool. Soon Raquel ran to the pool and successfully rescued him. Aris is taken to the hospital where he is admitted into the ICU for a few weeks, and Raquel stays with him all this time. When Aris comes back home, they continue their relationship because Aris's family becomes lenient after the scare of losing their son. They allow Aris to study medicine and he moves to Stockholm to pursue his degree. Raquel goes to drop him on the airport, where he confesses that he purposely broke their Wi-Fi so he could talk to her. They kissed and said their goodbyes to each other. After 4 months, Raquel finally gets the courage to tell her story and publishes her book called Through My Window. The movie ends as Aris comes into Raquel's room through the window to surprise her. To watch more explanations of these kind of movies, click on the videos on your screen and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.